We talked about note cards yesterday, and I was thinking, why not go a little bit further and talk about ways to use a journal for a real estate agent? Because one thing I can tell you, as being a real estate agent for 22 years now, it's there's a lot of ups and downs. It's a psychological battle. Most of the wins you're going to get long term are going to be up here in your head. And so I want you to do a better job slowing down with AI, with the internet, with everything coming at us so fast, so much information, so much communication. You need to slow down. And part of that is journaling. Part of that is writing down these thoughts, these processes that you have. I want you to grow long term. And if you're not writing things down, things are going to be unclear. Your path, your road to greatness, which is what I want for you, will just not happen. And I want you to be better. I want you to have more clarity. And for me, I'm a massive proponent of journaling. I think everyone should do it. I want you to do it. Here are 5 ways to use a journal for a real estate agent. I'm Tristan. This is the podcast, the show, Your Daily Real Estate. I do this daily. We're on episode 688. If you need these 5 ways, I'll send it over to you. Message me on Instagram or wherever you're watching this, and I'll do my best to send it over to you. I can guarantee that I'll send it to you on Instagram. Everywhere else, I'm not that great because it's me sending it. All right, number 1, track daily prospecting and conversations. That means you keep a simple log of texts and follow-ups, but you know who you connected with and how the conversation went and the next steps. What happens over a longer period of time is you start seeing these conversations, you go back to them, and you start realizing that you can keep these conversations in a CRM. And for a very long time, in fact, since 2012, I've been using Follow Up Boss. And now we're using Lofty and Follow Up Boss. But that's where it translated for me to add the notes to. But I used to, off of any conversation that I was having, I'd carry a notebook with me and I'd highlight the important things that needed for me, that I needed to remember. And what happens along the way is you start connecting with people because you remember certain things from conversations that happened long ago. And so for those people that you want to have long-term relationships with that are going to be great for your business and you're going to be helpful to them long-term, this is why that's important. Because those little notes, those birthdays, those names of their dogs, those little things come in handy because yesterday's whole session was on writing notes. And that, trust me, comes in so handy when you're writing the notes or when you're picking up the phone and calling them instead of just touching base. You are connecting with them and saying, "Hey, how are your 2 dogs, Larry and Joe?" Right? I don't know that any dogs will be named Larry and Joe. Give me a minute. I'm going to drink some water. All right. Anyway. Track your daily prospecting and conversations. Please. I have a notebook for that still. And now you can take a picture and just export it or extract the words and put them wherever you want, right? Because it's AI. It's amazing. Number 2, reflect after each appointment. Now this one has been really good. I've had to slow down for this one because now my appointments aren't just real estate. They're also meetings with executives, meetings with other people that want to do other things, right? Creatives, marketing. The point is, when you reflect after each appointment that you've had, you give yourself the ability to do better the next time and to also make sure that those things that you did well during that meeting stick for the next time. And I put here, after every listing or buyer meeting, jot down what went well, what you could improve, and how the client responded. Over time, this becomes your personal training manual. Yeah, it is, especially when you take a picture of it, you put it into AI, and you say, "Hey, now that I wrote this out, what am I missing?" Right? Start layering things with AI as you're writing. It enhances it dramatically. Number 3, set weekly goals and review progress. I do this every Saturday and Sunday. I usually split it into 2, but you could do it all on whatever day you want. I choose those days because in the morning it's a little slower, and that's when I go and jump in on that. But start each week by writing your top 3 priorities and end it with a short reflection. What moved forward? What stalled? What lesson did the week teach you? I have a whole process for this that we did on a podcast. Oh man, I don't even remember which one it was. Maybe it was like 20 ago, but it was setting the weekly goals and reviewing your progress or setting the priorities, something along those lines. And that for me is a weekly ritual. It keeps me focused, it keeps me growing, and it keeps me doing the things I know I need to do to help others and to grow my business, to do better for myself. Do that. Number 4, capture market insights. I have a black notebook for this one. And this is why I talk about the market all the time, because I take notes. I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, what about this? Oh, that's an idea, right? And that's where I formulate my ideas about the market and what's next and what's coming and how to interpret it. Why? So that I can talk about it with clients, because that's what we need to do. Clients hire us based on our confidence that we're going to get the job done for them, right? Our experience. That goes hand in hand. So I put here, record local trends, client questions, and things you notice about listings in your area. These notes turn into valuable talking points for social, there you go, social, video, and client updates. I think out of all of these, the one that has helped longer term is the client questions. Because if I've got an answer for the client questions over a very long period of time, because I've been tracking it, I'm like, oh, there are only a set of about 15 questions they always ask repeatedly. How's the market? But what are they really saying? It means if I buy right now, what's that going to look like for me, right? So there you go. That's number 4. And number 5, keep a gratitude and wins log. I want you to focus on being grateful. Let me tell you, when you start your day and end your day being grateful, because it's, like I said at the beginning, this is not an easy business, but you focus on the things that you are grateful for, you start moving differently. You start approaching things differently, like opportunities instead of things that you have to do. You get to do them, right? You've heard that whole phrase. Real estate is highs and lows. I put here, writing down one win and one thing you're grateful for each day keeps you motivated and focused on the growth. What I would do is, actually, what I do in the mornings, I write down what I'm grateful for. What am I grateful for? And I have a set of questions, right? We've gone this before in the past. What am I grateful for today? And in the morning, I'm thinking, well, yesterday, what was I grateful for? Right? And then at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, got it. What were my wins today? Because it's easy to focus on the things that are not going well, right? But what are my wins today? What are those? And that's how I want you to end your day. Anyway, if you need these 5 ways to use a journal for a real estate agent, please send me a message. I'll send these over to you. I highly suggest you do this. I want you to do this. You need to start journaling. You need to start writing things down. You need to get more clarity. It's your job to be better. And this is how it starts. Have an awesome day.